In the previous video, we talked about file management, and if you are a very organized person and love to have everything nice and neat and organized, you will probably want to create a new folder, not only for the class that you're taking on your flash drive, or create a new folder on your flash drive for the class that you're taking, but you might want to create additional folders in there, maybe one for the module, or maybe even one folder for each and every lesson. So you would have a folder for lesson 26 and a folder for lesson 27, and so on. Sometimes it's just easier to make one folder for the module and then put all of the exercises from those 4 or 5 lessons in that folder, but it's entirely up to you. Like I said, if you're extremely organized and you want to make sure that everything's in its place, make a folder for every lesson and put the exercises for that lesson in that folder. And then you can put all those lesson folders inside a module folder, and then you could put the module folder inside the course folder. And that's just one example of file organization. On page 2-6 at the bottom of the page, to save and create new folders, this is what you do. Before we get started though, in the left margin of your book, you should always read these tips and these discover notes. For example, the tip that goes along with what we're talking about now says that the default in Word 2016 with Windows 10 is to save all your documents to the OneDrive. Now, OneDrive is a Microsoft computer out there in cyberspace somewhere that Microsoft owns, and they allow you so much space on their computer to save your work, which means that if you're at the library and you are on a computer that uses Windows 10 and Office 2016, then you'll be able to access the files that you saved on the OneDrive computer with Microsoft. So the difference is, if you have a flash drive and you save all your work on your flash drive and you go to the library and you've left your flash drive at home, you cannot access the files that you saved on your flash drive because it's not with you. If you save all your work on Microsoft's OneDrive cyberspace server, then yes, any computer you sit down to at any spot on the planet, you'll be able to access your work. It's just a matter of personal preference, but always read these tips and hints and discover text all through the margins of your books just to learn new little tips like that. Back to saving and creating new folders. The save command and the save as commands on the file menu. Let's go to the file menu. And here's save and here's save as. We'll save documents for future use. The save command is used to save a document with the same name. For example, if you're working on a document, you have already saved it, but you've made some new changes to it, then all you have to do is click save, and all of those current changes that you've just made will be saved to that document. The document already has a name, so Word doesn't want to know what you want to name it. It's already named. Save as is used to save a document for the first time, or to save a document that has already been saved, save it again with a different name, or to save the document that's already been saved to a new place, or a second place, or a second folder, or a second drive, or to OneDrive, or someplace different than where it was originally saved. The new folders button can be, or command can be used to create, the new folder. The new folder is where you can create a new folder. For example, like I was explaining a minute ago, if you want a folder for the course and a folder for the module and a folder for each lesson, you will use the new folder command to create those new folders as you are using save as. Now, on page 2-7 in your book, it gives you 7 steps on how to save a document in a new folder. Now, those 7 steps at the top of the page are not the exercise that you're to do, but they will give you step-by-step instructions on how to do what you will do in the drill. So, what you do to save a document in a new folder, using File, the File tab, right here, and either save or save as. This depends on where you are in your document. You click File and then you click Save As or Save, and a shortcut known as a path lists the File tab and the command to select for the activity. So let's go to Save As. Let's just assume we're saving this for the first time. Here is your path. Now, if you don't see your saving location, your saving device in this list, then click Browse. And when you click Browse, you'll get a list of everything that is attached to your computer that you can save to. For example, my flash drive is right here, and I would click it, and then I would go into my course folder, open it by double clicking, and then I'd either find one of these folders to save it in, or I would create a new folder by using this button right here. So let's do that. Let's click New Folder. And when you do that, a blank field at the bottom of the screen, right side of the screen, opens up, and it does say New Folder, and it's waiting for you to type in a new name. I'm going to type in Lesson 26, and I'm going to press the Enter key, which then saves that new folder with that particular name. Now, as I'm working through Lesson 26, anything that I want to save, I would, let's just assume that this is my first exercise in Lesson 26, and I'm going to save it to that folder I just created. So I'll go to File, Save As. Then I have to go to my flash drive, and it's not listed here. Now it does say Leslie Ratliff's OneDrive, but that's not my flash drive. That is the location out there on the Microsoft server. This is the Documents folder that is part of the hard drive of my computer. That's not my flash drive either. So I'm going to have to come down here to click Browse. And on the left side of the screen, I scroll until I find my flash drive, and I click it one time. Everything that's on my flash drive is listed here, and I'm going to go to the course folder, BUSN 1440, and then here's my Lesson 26 folder, and I'm going to open it too by double clicking it. Now, this is my Lesson 26 folder. There's nothing in it yet. But here is my first document, and I'm going to save it as, let's just save it as whatever, hyphen and test document. And that's the format of the way the book wants you to save your work, with the lesson number first and then whatever the document or drill happens to be. Alright, so I know this document is going into my flash drive, into the Lesson 26 folder, and this is the name of the document, and I just click Save. Now, up here at the top in the title bar, we're working in the Word software, and this is the name of the document that is on the screen, and I can close it, and I can always go back to my flash drive and open it in again. You're going to always be given the drill and application name in parentheses at the end of all of the instructions that you are doing in these exercises, so please follow that naming construction when you save your files. The next video is going to be a drill in Lesson 26, and I'll help you work through that so you can see the process and see the process of saving it.